I began my lovely journey in Florence, of course, because the retreat venue was pretty close, like an hour outside of it, actually 45 minutes. So here I'm at the Palazzo Vecchio, looking around, a lot of tourists around here. The Uffizi Gallery is close by. I went inside the Duomo to take a little tour. I haven't been there in a long time, and there were people cleaning it, so it's kind of wild to see them on these like pulleys that went up and down to clean it. Here's the bell tower, famous bell tower, and the Duomo's kind of next to it. Beautiful, all those colors. And here I'm at a Michelangelo Plaza way up on the other side, so you have a great panoramic view. It's a little walk up, but worth the steps if you want to get some exercise. I mean, the views are incredible. Look at that. There's the Duomo and the bell tower from way up high across the Arno River. I enjoyed it. It was a little walk, but worth every little step that you take. I mean, every little vista. I could paint probably half these things. So pretty. You can look out forever and just see all the pretty views. And zooming in to show you the Duomo itself and the bell tower. It's just really pretty. And there's a nice church up the hill as well. It's really lovely. I really enjoyed, looking up here. I keep showing you these views, but it's just so incredible when you get up there. And of course, I'm back here in the Duomo, the bell tower. It's so pretty. You know, they have 3 marbles, a red, green, and orange. The orange is from Siena. I forget what you said the green was from. And of course, the marble is Carrara marble. So, in the colors of Italy. That's why they did all this beautiful work in those 3 colors, because it's the Italian flag. Pretty remarkable. So then I'm heading to my venue, and as I'm driving to it, you can see this beautiful countryside with all the vineyards and these houses. It's absolutely gorgeous. Loved it. You just drive for days to see this. I didn't really take much video of the first night. Here's the next morning, looking at our little buffet. Now, this is not typical for most of my retreats. We just happen to be staying at this retreat at a particular venue where it has kind of like a hotel at the same time. So it was a great buffet. And for lunch, we had a wonderful little pizza party. They were making pizza because they have a wood-burning oven, so that was fantastic. But like I said, it's not typical of most retreats. We have a buffet breakfast, but nothing like what you see there. A little different, a little more pared down. So, the pizza party was great. Little, icebreaker for lunch for the first day. Everyone really enjoyed it. I mean, it's very tasty, of course, because, it's the Italian food. And here we are painting. I'm doing the first actual exercise I'm ever do was kind of like skies and whatnot and trees, and then we get into shadows, and then we did a building that was on the property, and I talked about landscape and perspective and shadows, because the next day we were on an excursion to San Gimignano, and I wanted to make sure everyone can really hone in like shadows and perspective, simple perspective, not intense perspective. Perspective can get really crazy and even for me, I'm not a person who enjoys doing perspective, actually. So, yeah, we're just talking about shadows and buildings and just getting the effect of like the stonework. And then I made everybody after lunch go outside and do some like little cute little thumbnail sketches, because thumbnail sketches are fun. They're just really simple and loose 5-minute sketches. You walk around the property, you see little elements that you like, and you come back and you do an ink. Do the ink pen of like the sketch of the vignettes you see, whatever things you like, and then you just wash it in with color. And it's really kind of a great freeing exercise on just like observing and drawing loosely and not getting so bogged down with details. Too many people get bogged down with details, and it kind of just makes it really difficult for them to do this process. So I really want people to encourage to do thumbnail sketches wherever they are, and it's just a fast kind of interpretation where we are. So here we are taking a trip the next day to San Gimignano. We stopped off a little vista view before we got there to see the countryside before it. It's so pretty. I mean, like, everywhere was a postcard. You can't help but like, wow. It's just Tuscany's amazing. In San Gimignano, we sat in the square by the church, and we did a little urban sketching. And so like the precursor to this was, again, the exercise I did at the estate. And as you can see, the shadows in the buildings. And that's what I was talking about. You want to really kind of focus in on shadows, simple perspective, all that good stuff when you're doing urban sketching. Don't make your life difficult, because it can be very difficult. And we want to make it easy for us. There was a lovely violinist in the square, so let's sit back and listen to him. So then we'd explore the town San Gimignano, had lunch, and came back to the venue to get ready for the next day. Next day, we actually went full on in on landscapes. I did a demo, and in the demo, we talked about, well, of course, I demonstrated skies again. We talked about the greens and the trees, so that everyone can go take those elements and incorporate that into the demo that I did of the landscape. This was a landscape picture of a view vista from the actual venue we were staying at, so you could see all the beautiful creations everyone did. Such a fantastic job. I was so proud of my students. They were phenomenal. You know, everyone has this thing where they feel uncomfortable and they don't think their stuff is great, and it actually looks amazing. When you see them all together, it's just mind-blowing how fantastic they are, and I really enjoyed showing them this. So here I'm going around the table showing everybody, showing you guys what my students were doing, and you can see what a great job they're doing of the landscape. It's phenomenal. Every single one of them was just fantastic, and really proud of all their accomplishments on this retreat. I think it was fantastic. And you see me demonstrating here how I did the landscape. I'll show them how I wash in the skies, put in the greens, how I break it down so that it becomes really simple for you to actually paint. So then we went into florals. I picked some florals from around the property and went into a demonstration of florals. Of course, I added some that were not in the property itself for my demonstration. And then I told everybody, pick and choose. You can actually paint exactly what I painted, paint elements of some of the things that I painted, paint the ones that are just actually on the table. Like I picked a lot of cosmos from the property. And so everyone had their own interpretation of the actual demo, which is fantastic. And then what I do is I go around and see how everyone's doing. If they're struggling with what, if they're struggling with why can't the vase have a highlight or etc. Sometimes they're overworking things. I try and go in there and try and decipher what is the issue, and if they're having difficulty, and try and help them fix it or learn from it. Because everything is a learning process when you're doing watercolor. You can't expect to do everything overnight, you know. Even if it didn't come out well, and if you learned something, that was what you needed to know, right? Because I can't tell you how many things I've thrown away, but then you learn from them. So that's the most important thing. In retreats, you don't expect to come back with amazing paintings. You're supposed to come back with the knowledge of things you can do to further grow your own paintings, right? So some paintings will come out great and some paintings won't, but you might be really learning about something when you're on the retreat. I think the students did a phenomenal job. I mean, everything was so individual and beautiful. I love them all. And in this retreat, I do all kinds of things besides landscapes. I'll do florals, ink and wash, abstract, all that good stuff. Just look at that. That's fantastic. All these beautiful drawings. And they were also all different. You know. The next day, we were off to Chianti region. We went to 3 small towns. This is Castellina and Chianti. We first started off in this butcher shop. I don't know why the tour guide took us to this butcher shop, but we were at the butcher shop first for exploring the town, the square. It's a really small, cute little town. Here's a little square. Some cute little buildings around there, very colorful, ochre colors. And then we were off to Rada, which is another cute little town. And Panzana was the last one. They're all cute and a little different. He's showing us just like underground tunnels where they like, you know, during the wars, they were like protected, etc. Kind of interesting kind of tunnels. All these little towns are so unique in Tuscany, just like one after the other. It just looks quaint and beautiful to walk around in. And all the architecture, I just love it all. It's like one little unique vista after another. And even just driving along Tuscany roads is just beautiful. I mean, they're all like a darn damn postcard. One after the other. It's so beautiful. The landscape, you can just paint this for days. I mean, really, nothing better than it. And it's so peaceful, too, which I found like the best thing about it. Like, after being in a very busy part of Florence, I loved being in the quiet vistas of Tuscany. It was just great. It's, like I said, one after the other, like one beautiful mountain. It's great. And then, of course, we're going in on the second, I think it was the last night or whatever. I was doing abstracts. So I went in and did some pen and wash or ink and wash abstract on like hot press. And then we did, this kind of technique I've shown on YouTube many times also and on Patreon, where I kind of paint something, kind of wash it away and then add a little bit. It's like my little erasing technique. Everyone did phenomenal on this one. This was just fantastic. It's such unique kind of paintings that came out of this particular technique. Or at the end, if anyone had some things they had to finish up. I also showed some really simple ways to do some sunflowers. And then, of course, we had a wonderful pasta making class the last day of the venue. Everyone really enjoyed the history of how like the pasta is made and the breads are made, as well as eating the pasta and the bread. She made like tagliatelle. It was fantastic. Just watching her like stretch it and make, make those little like noodles. I mean, it's fantastic, and it tasted really, really great. Fresh pasta is always the best, and the gluten is so different than our gluten in the pasta. Yep, here's the pieces. And she rolled up for the bread, make like rolls. And they're pretty tasty. But you know, in Tuscany, they don't use salt. And then she made fresh tiramisu, which is one of my favorite desserts of all time. So naturally, I had a lot of tiramisu that last night of our retreat, because why not? You're in Italy, right? Really, really enjoyed it. It was really great to see her make this and taste the actual products themselves, because, of course, that is the most important part of the whole entire thing, is tasting what she made, which was this wonderful pasta with pesto. And here are the wonderful, beautiful paintings, some of them, not all of them, of the retreat that we did. I just love them all. Everyone did such a great job. And that's it. Saying goodbye, such sweet sorrow, but we had such a great time until again. Yep, I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic retreat. I loved it. And I'm back in Rome here before I'm taking off to go home. Rome was a little crazy this time of year. I don't know why. I mean, I was there in August and it was not as crazy, but October, it was full on packed. I did a little golf drinking tour at night with a couple of friends, and it was really fun to see Rome on a golf cart. But very interesting. If you get a chance to do that, you should try it. It was kind of fun. So here it's kind of going in the sunset, and you have the views and the vistas way above. And then at nighttime, it's kind of fun driving around the golf cart, seeing all the plazas and all the people and the restaurants. We had some wine and some cheese, and some bread, and a little bit of history at the same time. And it was a full moon that night, so it was fantastic. Anyway, I just had such a great time going to Italy and meeting the people and teaching them. It's so much fun. If you ever get a chance to come to my retreats, I'm sure you will have a great time. And you get to meet people that have similar passions to you with watercolor and enjoy all that, and learning as well as traveling. So people become really good friends after my retreats and still talk and chit-chat and meet up and hang out. So yeah, this is the Borghese Gardens, by the way, in Rome. Absolutely gorgeous. Borghese Gallery. It's the most beautiful thing I've seen. Like, there's every inch of this wall, ceiling, trim is all painted. I'm bopping around Rome here. There's a Pantheon during the height of the day when it's full-on tourists. And then they go back during the 7 a.m. when it's completely dead. You'll see the difference between the two. It's hilarious. So I hope you enjoyed my little journey of my retreat here. It's just a little, view of what I do for the retreats and, what it's about. And if you're ever interested in coming on my retreats, look for my announcements on Instagram. But I really post the first initial retreat booking on Patreon, and then if it's any spots opened up left over, they go to the public, and I'll announce that usually on my Instagram and put links in that, or even an email as well. So always look for that. But really, if you want to get first dibs on any retreats coming forward, Patreon is where you got to be at. And there's a link for my Patreon in the description box below. So here's the Fountain of Trevi at 7 a.m. when it's not so crowded. It's the only time you can go when it's not full on people. It's crazy. It's Piazza Navona, same thing. Dead 7 a.m. Dead 7 a.m. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little video here. I hope you have a fantastic day. And you know what? I hope to see you on one of my retreats, an adventure overseas somewhere. I like doing retreats overseas because I actually want to go on an adventure in this part of my life. Traveling is my new hobby. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.